my life I've been trying to save to get a pair of cowboy boots. 16 years of my life I gave to get a pair of cowboy boots.
Check out those kicks. Welcome back. From combat boots to cowboy boots, one veteran establishing Ranch Road Boots, crafting handmade leather and suede footwear. The woman behind the boots served 2 tours in Iraq, 1 in Afghanistan, and is a Harvard Business School graduate. Joining us right now is the founder, CEO, and creative director of Ranch Road Boots, Sarah Ford. Sarah, it's great to have you.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for your service to our great country.
I appreciate that.
Number one to tell us about that, but we want to know how you started the business, how you came up with the idea. Tell us how you went from being in the service to coming back and creating this business.
Sure. So I grew up in a small town in West Texas called San Angelo. My grandfather was a cowboy there in the 1930s, so he inspired a love of cowboy boots in a very young age in me. So I knew when I started a cowboy boot company, I wanted clean, classic designs that were really high quality. So that's what we make now.
How fantastic. How tough was it to start up the business? Where'd you get the money, and how much did it cost to get started?
We have been bootstrapping in every sense of the word since the beginning. So originally, I used some money that I had saved from my jobs. I had gotten out of debt after business school, and then so I just bootstrapped it with savings that I had.
That is awesome. We got the king of the Shark Tank right here on set. Is this a company you would like to invest in?
Well, what I'm fascinated about is I'm going to assume you do all your sales direct to consumers online, and the biggest challenge for all of our Shark Tank companies is this. How much does it cost you to acquire a new customer? Customers acquisition costs are the reason companies go out of business in America.
Well, so customer acquisition cost is the #1 thing on my mind. That and the cost of goods. So we for sure focus on that. And it's basically you're betting, an investor in Ranch Road Boots would be betting on our ability to lower our customer acquisition cost over time. So everything helps, like the show helps. So we definitely focus on that. The other thing for us is that we want to deliver great value. So we have to price our products accordingly, and we have transparent pricing. So when we ship a boots to a customer, we want them to open the box and feel like they got more than they paid for. So we have to be very careful with our dollars from a marketing standpoint and operations too. So we have to run a really lean organization.
I think Dagan already bought a pair.
I'm going to buy them right now. We have some on set, but they're basically meant to look like desert boots, and they're lace up, and they're a sand color. It is the current issue boot, and I am going to buy it as soon as I
love that color. You're right.
Really nice. But again, how hard is it for you to introduce new models, and again, if you're trying to keep your costs down?
Yeah, well, we approach it like a slow fashion approach, so we're not trying to keep up with every giant footwear company. So we're pretty intentional, and we have to be intentional about discontinuing styles as well. So keeping a really tight control of our inventory is very, very important for us.
Have you become a master of social media? Will I find you all over Instagram?
Yes. And I work with great people too. So
who and where are your customers?
The great thing is they're all across the United States. So with Ranch Road, we want to embrace, with our cowboys all over the world and cowgirls. So we embrace this global gaucho culture. So the good thing about us is that we're not just selling boots in places where you would typically think of. We sell them all across the United States. We're not international yet, but there's cowboys all over the world. So we don't just do cowboy boots. We also, recognize that there's cowboys in Argentina, so we have a pull on Chelsea. We have English riding boots. So we sell all over the U.S.
What are the best sellers?
So the Johnny for men, the Johnny and the Bexar. I think you've got those here. The Bexar, the Johnny, and then for women, this Presidio. We're doing it short. We're going to do a white one for spring. We do a tall black one, and this Kindle collection also comes in a short and tall one too.
Very nice. We should mention the proceeds from every Ranch Road Boots purchase are donated to the Injured Marine Semper Fi Fund.
It's a wonderful organization, yes. And my husband's an active duty Marine. I have neighbors who also work for the Semper Fi Fund, so I just know a lot about the organization, and it's a wonderful. It's just they really do a lot giving back, not just with Marines, but all branches of service.
What advice would you give vets who want to start their own business?
I would say, first of all, have a lot of confidence in your military experience and how it will help you with entrepreneurship. Get to work in an industry that you like. Don't worry about where you start, and just start being a water carrier. Start solving problems for the company. You're going to get promoted, get out of debt, and then save up your money because you're going to need it if you start a business.
Who owns your company? Are you the majority shareholder?
Yes. Yeah.
It's remarkable. Over 11 years, the majority of my returns came from companies run by women. Yep.
I didn't hear your question. What?
Well, I'm telling you that women do very well as startup entrepreneurship.
Well,
Most
yes.
of my returns come from companies run by women.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. And companies that have women in leadership positions also outperform companies that do not have them in leadership.
I wonder why that
positions,
is.
too.
Why do you think that is?
I think it's everybody's opinion counts, and so I think it's good to have a mix of men and women, like in high-level organizations.
Time management skills. You want something done, give it to a busy mother.
And less
I always
cash
say
burn,
that.
too,
Got to
right?
get something done, give it to a busy woman. I always say that.
And it's an advantage to sometimes be underestimated.
That's
Yeah.
true.
You work hard. Yeah,
Right.
for sure you work hard.
Any chance you could make these boots here in the U.S.?
I hope so. I hope, especially in outside of my hometown in San Angelo, I think we could absolutely set up a production facility with some of our boots, similar to what New Balance does, where some of their productions in the United States.
Because
yes.
you are seeing an impact of these tariffs, right? Indirectly?
Yes, so we do have we right now we indirectly, because it affects our competitors, so it's not necessarily we pay duties coming in from Spain, but nothing happens in a vacuum. So for sure, anything that impacts our competitors impacts us. So.
Sarah, it's great to have you. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Good to see you. Check out Sarah Ford's company. We will take a break when we come back.